don't you call your boss and tell him you're taking the rest of the afternoon off? Friday anyway, and hot.
What do I do with my free afternoon? Walk you to the airport?
You sure talk like a girl who's been married.
Sam, this is the last time.
Yeah. For what?
For this.
Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho is one of the most iconic films in cinematic history, but behind its success lies a treasure trove of shocking stories, clever tricks, and moments of sheer genius. From the groundbreaking shower scene to the challenges faced during production, this film redefined the horror genre. Yet few know the details of the infamous moment when Janet Leigh chose to continue filming after an on-set mishap that could have derailed one of the most memorable scenes in movie history. Let's dive into the making of Psycho and the incredible stories that made it a masterpiece. Produced and directed by the legendary Alfred Hitchcock, Psycho was released in 1960 and starred Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates, Janet Leigh as Marion Crane, Vera Miles as Lila Crane, and John Gavin as Sam Loomis. Adapted from Robert Bloch's 1959 novel, the film was inspired by the real-life crimes of Ed Gein, a murderer whose twisted relationship with his mother mirrored Norman Bates' chilling character. Bloch's novel caught Hitchcock's eye thanks to its psychological depth, and he bought the rights anonymously for $9,000, even attempting to buy up all available copies to keep its twists secret. The storyline follows Marion Crane, a secretary who embezzles $40,000 from her employer in a desperate attempt to start a new life with her lover, Sam. On her way to meet him, she stops at the isolated Bates Motel, where she encounters the shy and awkward Norman Bates. Over a tense dinner conversation, she begins to question her own morality and decides to return the stolen money. But her redemption arc is cut short when she's brutally murdered in the infamous shower scene, just 40 minutes into the film. The rest of the story unravels the mystery of Norman's mentally ill mother and the chilling truth behind her actions. The production of Psycho was as audacious as its plot. Paramount executives weren't enthusiastic about the project, deeming the material too grotesque. Hitchcock, determined to make the film, financed it himself, shooting it for just $807,000. To save costs, he filmed in black and white using the crew from his TV series Alfred Hitchcock Presents. The studio's reluctance worked in Hitchcock's favor by deferring his director's fee in exchange for 60% of the film's profits. He made millions when the movie grossed over $32 million. Casting was strategic. Janet Leigh was a major star, and her early death in the film shocked audiences, setting a precedent for breaking traditional storytelling norms. Anthony Perkins' boyish charm and vulnerability made Norman Bates a disarming and sympathetic villain. In fact, Perkins brought personal nuances to the role, such as Norman's habit of nervously eating candy corn. One of the most iconic moments in cinematic history is the shower scene. Hitchcock, always pushing boundaries, wanted it to be both terrifying and innovative. It features 78 camera setups, 52 cuts, and Bernard Herrmann's piercing string score, which Hitchcock originally didn't want in the scene. Herrmann composed the music anyway, and when Hitchcock heard it, he was so impressed that he doubled Herrmann's salary. The scene took 7 days to shoot, and Janet Leigh's performance was crucial. To maintain her modesty during the stabbing shots, she used adhesive moleskin patches. However, during filming, the hot water washed them away. Faced with the decision to stop filming or continue, Leigh chose professionalism over modesty, completing the scene with Hitchcock by her side. She later confessed that watching the final cut made her realize how vulnerable a woman is in the shower, prompting her to avoid them for the rest of her life. Interestingly, Hitchcock meticulously planned every detail of the scene. The blood was actually Hershey's chocolate syrup, as it looked more realistic in black and white. The sound of the knife-piercing flesh was created by stabbing melons. Hitchcock even had a giant shower head designed to capture water spraying without wetting the camera. Despite its artistry, the shower scene wasn't without controversy. The censors initially objected, claiming to see nudity, but Hitchcock insisted they were mistaken. He resubmitted the footage unchanged, and it was approved. Hitchcock's genius extended beyond the camera. To maintain secrecy, he swore the cast and crew to silence, and withheld the ending of the script until it was time to shoot. He even misled the press, hinting at big-name stars for the role of Norman's mother to keep the twist hidden. On set, he placed a director's chair labeled Mrs. Bates to spark curiosity. When the mummified corpse of Mrs. Bates was created, Hitchcock tested its effectiveness by hiding it in Janet Leigh's dressing room to gauge her screams. Even Hitchcock's marketing was revolutionary. He insisted theaters enforce a no-late admission policy, which was unheard of at the time, to ensure audiences experienced the film's twists as intended. The trailers featured Hitchcock himself giving a tour of the Bates Motel, adding an air of mystery to the promotion. Psycho broke cinematic taboos, becoming the first American film to show a flushing toilet on screen. Joseph Stefano, the screenwriter, included this detail to heighten realism, writing a scene where Marion tears up a note and flushes it. Hitchcock supported him, knowing this minor act would add to the film's shocking nature. The film's critical reception was initially mixed, with some reviewers finding it too gruesome, but audiences loved it. Over time, critics reevaluated the movie, recognizing its innovation and influence. Janet Leigh received an Oscar nomination for her role, and Psycho became Hitchcock's most commercially successful film. As for the title of this video, Janet Leigh's decision to keep filming after losing her moleskin patches is a testament to the dedication and professionalism that elevated Psycho from a low-budget gamble to a cinematic masterpiece. Her vulnerability and commitment in that moment not only created one of the most memorable scenes in movie history, but also highlighted the lengths to which everyone involved went to bring Hitchcock's vision to life. Now it's time to hear from you. Which detail about Psycho surprised you the most? Was it the shocking mishap during the shower scene, or Hitchcock's clever marketing tricks? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes stories from the world of film.